Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Bonkekook here, aka the Lonely Achievement God, and I'm coming at you with another 100% achievement walkthrough today. We are covering the game Cave Bad. It is published by East Asia Soft, developed by Panda Indie Studio, and was released on the 3rd of March of 2021. It is currently available for $4.99 in US dollars, but of course your currency may vary by your location. This is a relatively quick completion. It actually has the game has quite a few similarities with like Super Nintendo and Sega style Bomberman, or even some of the newer retro style they've done, where you run around dropping bombs. You're in a 2D plat or area, and you can run back and forth to drop bombs. The difference is you also have an axe that you can swing, or a pickaxe. And similar to like the early, and some of the later Zelda games, if you swing your axe, you also send out like a pulse wave that damages enemies. Unlike in Zelda, you don't have to have full health to have that happen, so it's kind of a combination of the two. Most of the achievements are relatively straightforward. As you can see, I have turned off the music and the sound because there are no sliders in these Panda Indie Studio titles. Also, for this one, we don't have to change where the achievements pop. Some of the other titles, you want to move the achievement notification out of the center of the screen. Don't worry about where it is for this one. It's not as important. So let's jump in here. There are 15 achievements for 1000 gamer score. The first 3 are combat expert achievements for killing a grand total of 60 enemies. This is cumulative across all of your playthroughs. The next 3 achievements are Demolition Man for destroying 250 total blocks. This achievement is a little bit iffy. However, I do recommend you just run around with your pickaxe, destroying the destroyable blocks in the middle of each area as you move through the game. If you get the right bombs, you can attempt to destroy some of the outer blocks in each area, but I'm not entirely sure that those count, or if they do count, I've had the counter go very weird on me in terms of keeping up with that. I tried to test it, and I guarantee you that I destroyed more than 300 blocks, and the 250 block achievement did not pop for me at the proper time, so I can't say for certain that destroying the outer area or outer row of blocks that create the each room of the dungeon counts towards this achievement. So I recommend sticking to the ones you can destroy with the axe and not the bombs as you work your way through. Again, this is cumulative across multiple playthroughs, so it's not that big of a deal. The next 3 are Moneymaker achievements for collecting coins. Coins drop from enemies primarily. You will occasionally see them drop from I think occasionally they can be found in the map, but I'm not entirely certain on that. Again, this is cumulative across all of your playthroughs. You should have no problems getting 100 coins. The Boss Dancer achievement is the only one specifically that requires you to get very far into the game. Obviously, you have to defeat the boss of level 3. So, you have to get through level 1, level 2, and level 3. And then these last 3 achievements are for a high score. If you play through this normally, go through every level, or every area of each level, and kill all the enemies, collect all the coins, etc., you're probably still going to be short of 12k when you get to level 4. However, there is something you can do that will increase your point total dramatically, and that is to destroy the aforementioned blocks around the outside of each room in the dungeon. Each one of those gives you 20 points. So if you spend some time doing that, you can very easily boost your point total with very little risk to dying. It's kind of up to you if you want to do that or just continue working your way through the dungeon. But that's all there is to it, ladies and gents. Let's go ahead and get started. However long the video is how long it's going to take us to get the 1,000. I'm guessing around 30 minutes, but we'll have to take a look here and see. The game is randomly generated, so you're not going to be able to do exactly the same thing that I do. And I do recommend using the D-pad for movement instead of the analog stick. So A button, as you can see, we send out our little pulse blast there, and then the bumpers drop bombs, and they're very puny to start. In the upper right-hand corner, we have a map that the white squares are just normal rooms with normal enemies. The light blue square there is a store. There are also yellow squares, which are treasure rooms, and red squares, which signify the boss. Let's just go ahead over to the store. We can't purchase anything yet. And as you can see, we have a yellow square up above, which is a treasure chest, and a red square to the right, which is the boss. We can run in here and do whatever we want. Just don't run and attack the boss. And you can move to the next room without spawning him in. But we're going to go get the treasure chest here and see what we got. We got an upgraded hammer. Not very much, but it is far better than the one we had. We're going to destroy all of those. Those are the breakable blocks that you can break with the hammer. These side walls can only be broken with bombs, and our initial bombs are very weak, so it's not really worth spending the time trying to destroy all of those. These treasure chests are kind of the randomness of this playthrough. You might get a weapon that makes the bosses significantly easier, or you might get a power-up that doesn't really do anything, and the bosses can be a bit of a struggle. So that's the most random part of this game, unfortunately. I also don't know if enemies destroying the blocks counts towards your total or not. But anytime you go into a room, make sure you're destroying the destroyable blocks. We still don't have enough coins to purchase anything. We're going to ignore the boss still and head on to our next room. Because of the pulse blast, you can stand on the other end from enemies and fire at them from safety. I highly recommend you do that. Be very careful going close to the ends here when you're firing at an enemy across the other side. You actually tend to jump. The perspective is a little weird on when you're going to jump, and you may try to jump into an enemy and get yourself damaged, so be careful of that. But otherwise, your pulse blast is very good at keeping enemies at bay. And we have completed everything there is to do on this first level, so we're gonna head back to the boss and take care of him. This boss is a bit of a trouble, especially if you have the initial hammer, or initial pickaxe, excuse me. But as you can see, with the upgraded tool, we're doing quite a bit of damage. With the beginning hammer, you're going to need to hit him 20 or 30 times, but I showed you exactly there what you're going to want to do. Run away, turn around, fire a few times, keep running around in a circle around the far outside, otherwise he can catch you, do damage to you. They always drop something after they die. We didn't get hit, so the one he dropped for us was not very useful. It just restored our health. Sometimes you get shields, sometimes you get a boost in attack power, all sorts of random things. We just didn't get very lucky that time. When you are done with your floor, hop in to go to the next one. You cannot return here, so make sure you have everything you want before you move on to the next floor. Excuse me. So, we're on to the second floor. Again, use the pulse thing to your advantage. These eyeballs fire in the direction they are facing. So as you can see, I can walk right up because he's firing left and right. And we're going to go and destroy all of these breakable blocks. The boss is below us, so we're going to take a left into this room. We're going to use the blocks to protect us from the enemies and line them up for our killing. We're up to 60 destroyed blocks. Okay, that was mean. It's hard to say whether the blocks the enemies destroy count. I'd have to go through and check the footage and compare when the achievements pop to how many I think I've already gotten. But, well, we're not going to spawn the boss yet. We have a treasure chest down here, so let's see what we got. That is a diamond hammer. That might be the best hammer in the game. We go down here, we have a couple of upgrades. I'm just going to get... I'm going to leave it for now. We might come back. We'll see if we get some more coins. Go up. See what we have to attack here. Diamond hammer seems pretty powerful. But again, upgrades are very random, and you might not get a good upgrade for your playthrough. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the luck of the draw with this. We're going to purchase that and then just move on and go attack the second boss. And the second boss I found to be easier, and it's going to be even easier with this diamond hammer, I think. Because he actually stops here to attack and lay some bombs, I believe, and it makes him a sitting duck for your blast. But you kind of want to follow the same pattern for that boss as you did the first one, just run in a circle around the outside. You just have to be careful because he can lay bombs down as well. So we got another rather useless power-up, actually, from killing the boss. And again, make sure you have everything you need before you drop down. We only have 6,000 points, so we're not doing all that great. Made it to level 3, and we're gonna just continue on our merry way again. And we will continue destroying blocks. I've had a couple of these playthroughs where I've run through and used bombs to destroy these. In this case, they're like these blue icicle blocks, but I'm not entirely sure if the game, tracks them properly as far as destroying, counting them towards the achievement for destroying blocks. Unfortunately, I just haven't been able to get a good counter going to grasp when whether those blocks count or not. Excuse me. We got a treasure chest. Those are golden bombs. You see, I can do this. And they're very powerful, but I don't know if those blocks count towards the achievement. However, they do count very much towards getting your point totals. So if we get to level 4 and we still don't have 12,000 points, we're going to just destroy the outer walls of the area. I'm going to go ahead and buy that. Sneak in and kill him. We got a boss down here, but we're not going to trigger them yet. Again, make sure you are breaking all of the breakable boxes, walls that you can. When you get to an area like this, your pulse is your friend. You can stay safely on the other side of the lava to kill everything. And I think... Oh, we got one more room down here. Once again, you can stay safe down below and above and fire at the enemies. Once you have killed everything, you can return back to the boss, and we will kill this boss as well. This one is a little more tough. He flies around and has some fireballs, but he doesn't follow you directly like the other enemies do. So he might be a little bit easier for you. As you can see, we unlocked a little better upgrade there, and we're gonna just destroy a couple of, well, we're not actually, because we didn't place the bomb properly, but we're gonna destroy a couple of these walls and get to 12,000 points before we jump down to the next. Just an object lesson, you can see how quickly that worked, you know, to get the our score total over 12,000 points. We're gonna drop down to the next area, and that should pop the achievement. Some of these achievements don't pop until you switch areas. So what do we have left? Kill 60 enemies, destroy 250 blocks, collect some coins. So let's continue on here until we get those last couple achievements. Ghosts do now show up on this level. They are very easy. They fly right at you and are pretty easy to kill, so... There is our point scorer achievement. I don't know why it was already gone, but it didn't pop on the screen at the proper time for some reason. We'll check the store up here. Neither of those are useful and we can't afford the middle one, so... We got a lot of breakable blocks to get through here. And again, I'm not entirely sure how many... if any of these count toward the breakable walls achievement, but I place a couple of bombs along the way. Okay, I think all we have left is the breakable boxes now. Let's just double check. Nope. We have a couple of achievements popping after they've already... So we still need coins and blocks. Not sure why that's happening, but we're gonna place a bomb there. And then work our way down again. But we got another great area for destroying breakable blocks. I'm sorry. Having trouble saying that. There's the demolition man, so we got our 250 blocks, so all we need now is a couple more coins. So we're just gonna make our way across, killing some enemies, hoping that some more coins drop for us. We're not gonna attack the boss yet. Chili pepper gives us some speed. Okay, we're not gonna get the boss because I think I still had a room or two up here that I hadn't explored. And we want to explore everything before we move on. I haven't gotten too much further in the game than this. But we're actually... We have pretty good weapons here, so I kind of doubt any of the bosses would give us too much trouble. And we might experience them anyways here. Okay, Just double check that. We'll run back to the boss and kill it. Okay. This is the ghost. This one isn't too much trouble either, especially when you have upgraded equipment. He just runs around. Again, he doesn't target you. He just flies back and forth, dropping little ghosts off, which is very easy. We're going to move on to the next floor here. Got a treasure chest to our left, so let's go investigate. Golden bombs, we already got that, but we'll grab them anyways. Move to the left, and we got some enemies. I honestly don't know what those skulls are. I'm getting a little concerned that this achievement hasn't popped yet. We will return all the way back. Pick up that. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We actually got a really good weapon on our first run there, so we were able to breeze through the game. Again, if you are having trouble getting the point totals, start dropping bombs, even if you have the beginning ones. If you have every other achievement and you still need to get some points and don't want to risk running too far in, any further into the game, just drop some bombs along the outer wall and get some very quick and easy points. If you have the beginning bomb, you can go every other block, drop a bomb, and then you can return and drop another one in between to get another 20 points, and just repeat the process all the way around the outside. It's much less stressful than trying to run around killing more enemies if you don't want to risk getting yourself murdered before you get your last achievement. Other than that, other than the point total and the boss achievement, once you have those, you can just die and keep restarting until you get the other achievements. And that's all there is to it, ladies and gents. It took us, what, less than 20 minutes to get 1,000 Gs, and that's a little bit on the fast side. Everything went pretty well for us, so I hope it does for you as well. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know down below. If you don't have any questions or comments, I'd appreciate all of the content creator nonsense, liking, subscribing. I have a website where I do other achievement content, including some more for Cavebad as well, so I'd appreciate it if you give my website a look. It is legwalkthroughs.com, and the link is in the description. But if there's nothing else, if you don't have any questions for me, then I will see you guys next time.